DorkLair.
Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mythic Legion's Belphegor. Finally, after so long, the Mythic Legion's Arethyr wave is starting to ship, and I am super pumped. And I gotta say, if this first one in hand is any indication, I have a feeling that wave is going to be well worth the wait. I know it went up in the summer of 2019, so people have been waiting quite some time for this wave. But I have a feeling it was COVID-19. I even remember at Toy Fair, I was talking with Cornboy, and that was right before COVID really hit, and they had already shut everything down. That was February of 2020. So, this stuff got really delayed by those factory shutdowns. And so finally in hand, and I'm super pumped to have it. The reason why I have just Belphegor for now is because I did put in 2 pre-orders. I initially did a pre-order on day 1 just to get in on any bonus they might do. And then I waited, and eventually, when I had my budget right, I put in an all-in. So I'm still waiting for my all-in to come in. Belphegor is the first one in hand. And is it an incredible figure. Couple new parts with the head, of course. Also that collar piece. And then we've got the new hands that some of these figures are coming with. So I'm super pumped to be reviewing this figure here. So let's get into this review. And starting it off with a quick look at the packaging. This is pretty much your typical Mythic Legion's box. It's a clamshell that you can open and you can reseal if you want to keep your figures, a place to store them or what have you. And on the side, it's got the bio, which I will zoom in on in a minute. But now we have on the back a brand new piece of artwork by Nate Barch, who does pretty much all of their packaging artwork. And this is an incredibly badass picture of Arethyr. Just absolutely stunning. Very, very cool to see a new backing. And of course, we have the new characters from the Arethyr wave all along the side there. So very nice surprise to see a new backing card for the packaging. And just so that you can get a look at the bio, I'll zoom in on that right now. So there is Belphegor's image, and there's his bio right there. So, pretty cool packaging. Really nice to see that new artwork on the back. Resealable, great stuff. I don't always keep these, but for now, until I get used to the new backing card, I'm probably going to keep these. All right, first up, let's take a look at the sculpt, paint, and details on Belphegor. Here's his full-on silhouette from the front, and here he is from his left side. Here's how Belphegor looks from the back, from the right side, and coming back around to the front. Getting a close-up of that amazing head sculpt with all of those little paint details. Got these blue accents throughout the little cracks and crinkles of the almost like stone-like head. And then you have that collar with all that beautiful dry-brushed silver on there to give it a very metallic look to it. Little silhouette there of the head sculpt with those teeth, those yellow eyes. Absolutely stunning head sculpt. And this right here is the highlight of the figure. A lot of the figure, it's just like, essentially a barbarian or orc body, right, with the hooves. But that new head sculpt really is something special. And then bringing it in, the paintwork on the body is excellent. It's got almost like a little bit of an ashy sort of shading going on. And really brings out that muscle definition on the barbarian body. And some little like dark accents on there as well. It's got the sort of orc armor for the most part. This piece up here is loose. It just kind of floats. So depending on where you stick his head, it might pin it down depending on how you kind of pose it up. But that piece just floats. And he's got the standard barbarian loincloth here, painted up in an orangey color. And then his legs have that same paint scheme where you have that red, deep, deep red with the shading going on there. Much different from the Fury Orc paint job. Then down into the boots over here. Again, more of that same kind of very rugged metallic dry brushing. And then a nice fade on the hooves there. And they definitely look they look bone-like or something, or whatever hoofs are made out of, like, that nail material. On the bottom, get the peg holes on the hooves and the split cloven hoof. So yeah, just an absolutely stunning figure. Really beautiful work. And it all comes down to that really cool head sculpt. Next up, let's take a look at Belphegor next to a few other figures. First, we have a look at him next to a 2.0 style figure in Zarya, a fellow demon, and on the right we have a 1.0 style figure in Romulus, the Mercurian gladiator. And then here he is with a couple oversized figures. On the left is the also brand new Shadow Equidron, and then on the right is the classic Black Series Wampa. And finally, next to a couple familiar other lines, a couple comic book characters, on the left we have the Hush Superman from Mafex, and on the right we have the comic book Conan the Barbarian from Super 7. For accessories, he does come with a pair of the shoulder pauldrons that are the orc style, the more aggressive style shoulder pauldrons. And then he's got the split blade, I don't know what you call this curved split blade thing that can be combined into sort of one weapon over here. That Thistlethorn came with this, and a few other characters came with this. It's a pretty cool piece. It definitely kind of fits the theme of almost the sort of demonic kind of character. And he comes with 2 pairs of hands, which is very cool. This, I think, is the first time this has happened because they've now got the hand packs in the other colors. But we have the demon color hands over here with him. So we have a pair of red gripping hands, and then on him we have a pair of gesturing hands. So 2 pairs of hands with him. And that just makes me so happy that we're finally starting to get separate hands with the figures. And of course, he comes with the usual extra pieces here. The adapters in the back for wings, and he's going to look awesome. I wish I had those wings in hand right now to put them on him. I've already seen people doing it. Looks really good with those new red wings, and then of course a leather shoulder strap. And finally, let's take a look at the articulation. Now, first of all, I just want to mention this again. So the head does pop off, and then this is literally just sitting on there, and it just fits on. So I'm going to look at the articulation with this off, at least for the start with the head, and then I'll put it back on. So the head can look up and down and side to side, and then of course you can twist it. And then with this piece on there, it does flop around a little bit, but I feel like that's on purpose, and once you move his head, it actually sort of pins it in place. So this thing can move around a little bit, and it will fit with the shoulder pauldrons on, and it looks really good with the shoulder pauldrons on too. The rest of the body is pretty much the 1.0 style body, so the same articulation as you're going to get with any 1.0 style figure. The arms can swing up a little bit past 90 degrees there. You have a single jointed elbow that can come down just almost to 90 degrees, so not terribly impressive. And then you can swivel that elbow over here. You can twist it at the gauntlet, and then the hand will twist, and it also has a hinge. There's a very generous ball joint at the waist. Mine's a little bit loose, not too crazy, like it'll hold a pose, but it's looser than most of my Mythic Legions. But maybe that's a good thing. It just makes it easier to pose. There will be gaps, like all Mythic Legions. Sometimes they sit a little bit higher than others, and there can be gaps. In the legs, he can kick forward plenty. He can kick back quite a bit. He can go way out into the splits. There is a twist at the top of the thigh. Single jointed knee kicks back about 90 degrees. You can twist at that knee as well. And then there is a pivot at the ankle, and it can point down and back up a little bit. And of course it can twist. So yeah, overall I am super impressed with this figure. I'm very much looking forward to seeing the rest of this wave. Hopefully those will ship soon. Enjoy your figures. Be on the lookout. I know a lot of places are currently sold out of this wave, but they will probably restock. Places like Big Bad Toy Store and so on. And there will be an in-stock sale at some point with these figures. So be on the lookout with these guys. They will be out there. You'll be able to find them. And don't just run to eBay and pay whatever the current asking price is, because these are still just shipping out. So I highly recommend this figure. And until next time, may the force be with you.
Follow me into the door.